points, ready to kick it away first. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Takes the handoff. It's Hill. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. They give it to him again. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily and, more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Third and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Russell unloads to the right. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. He'll try to take it back. That was not on the opening script of plays. The turnover as the defense makes a play early.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Going to the run, it's Moulton. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. We talked about it earlier. Now this home crowd making life difficult. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to the ground with the running back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Handoff for Malton. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Iowa! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go right back to him. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And here's what I like about that, man. That feels like an instinctive play. Like this guy almost knew it was coming. You know, most of the time in a bootleg, they want to show you the run first, but he wasn't buying it, went right to the quarterback, saw it, and made the big sack.
Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. And here comes the Iowa offense ready to go to work. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. He'll start this drive firing. Throws for the tight end. He makes a catch. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And you're seeing more of this in college football, man. Bringing on more and more tight ends, guys that are versatile pieces. And you see it right there, right? You can still throw the football. And now you got to match up with those guys and their big bodies. Nice throw down the field, nice catch. Nice job of using multiple tight end packages for this offense.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Give running right, it's Kamari.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Hard running there. And he picked up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting the first down, I'd say the offense would be in a really good position all game long.
Off play action on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them. And I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll run the counter. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And he can make things happen, too. It's so important now. You see this all the time in college football. Running back by committee. This team has a lot of talent. They are a loaded backfield, and it's good to see this backup now getting some run in this game.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. There's some room. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different and give this offense something to think about.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO feed. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away he knew he had the slant throw right in behind him.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at second and goal.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
It's third and goal and third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have 2 left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. They want to run this quarterback. Pickup of 5 is now second and 5.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The run inside. It's Hill. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice gain. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
Quick completion to the right. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Now looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 26. He'll try to pick it up on the ground. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line.
And I like the bounce back for this offense. You go 3 and out, they don't get frustrated. They don't get down. Nice job going back to the drawing board, creating some good plays. Now here in a rhythm, moving the football.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Russell on play action. Bringing the heat. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Hill. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They've been able to control the ball. This is the 7th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 3. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Could be an alley. Big pickup on the ground into plus territory, and they get him out of bounds at the 41.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Russell. Throws toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
That's really good discipline by this defense because they've given up some yards on the ground, and so naturally you think, be more aggressive, commit more bodies. Nice job staying patient, playing your responsibility on the outside, not giving up the deep ball, making them earn this, go down the field, and not give up those big plays.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Throwing Russell. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Back to throw, it's Russell. Rushes on him. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
You have got to have pass rushing lane integrity when you face this quarterback. On 3rd down, someone gets out of his gap right up the middle. It's easy for the quarterback to see. He just tucks it and takes off and picks up the first down.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Russell on play action. Looking for an open area to his left. Complete downfield. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Well, this is an offensive coordinator that has a lot of confidence in his guys, and you can see that from the play calling. They were backed up all the way down near their goal line at the start of this drive, but they've stayed aggressive the entire time, putting the trust and confidence in his quarterback, in his players to get it done. They've moved this thing all the way down the field, and now they've completely flipped it. They're now at the goal line of the opponent. You got to love what you've seen from this offense.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Wide receiver comes in motion. Run in the red zone, it's Hill. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And they did tack on the extra point. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Hand off, Moulton running left. Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Alabama calls its 2nd timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down. The clock is not their friend. Got to get everybody to the line quickly.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate.
There he goes. Touchdown, Hawkeyes. Great job by the back on the option.
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keelan Russell makes the grab. It's Meadows. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They go play action with Russell. Fires left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Russell finds the tight end.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Dropping back, it's Russell. Here's a heat. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. The Hawkeyes call a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. First play of the drive comes from the 22. He'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Diaz. Iowa spends his second time out here. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
The Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires to the right. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. They'll give it to Malton. He'll have enough for the first down. They'll maintain possession. We'll see if they're happy enough just to let the clock run out. Now the Hawkeyes will call their 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. And the Hawkeyes have it with a 1st and 10. This time he wants to throw. Under fire. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Ball was incomplete, and I think you got to give a lot of credit to this defense up front. That pass rush, they weren't coming on that play. Got after the quarterback, got in his face, and did not let him feel comfortable.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Now the Tide uses its 3rd and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He'll pull it down. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it out. It's James. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They opened this 3rd quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Man, this is exactly what you needed to see from this defense to start the second half. If you're down, you got to create some momentum. You got to get your offense a little bit excited. Nice job creating the sack. Perfect start to the second half of this defense.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
This quarterback has been struggling to find a rhythm in this game so far. Didn't have a ton of success in the first half, so here he is trying to ignite the offense with a deep shot, but not able to come away with the completion.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Running inside, it's Moulton. He's stopped short, and it's 4th down. The Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Hauls it in at the 40. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's got it again. Tackle is made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the first down.
Man, a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, on 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Throwing Russell. Gets it to him on the screen. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Russell on play action. Pocket breaking down. Buried before he completes.
Well, the offense trying to stay aggressive, right? You just came up with a huge play, and right away you go back to another pass, but you got to do a better job protecting your quarterback. Can't give up a sack there.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. Keelan Russell. Caught in the backfield. It's Riley. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Coming to the line of scrimmage at the 30. It would be a long field goal, but they'd love to pick up a few here on 3rd and long. Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Looking for a big gain. And he will score! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
And you gotta love the creativity with the tight ends nowadays. They can do so many different things. Does a good job. He slips behind the defense. Defense doesn't know where he went. And what does he do? He gets in for 6.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Fielded it in the end zone. It's James. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. They punted away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Oh, he wants it all. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
Tie ball game as we play in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle. It's Diaz. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early, get the pass interference, but that was right on time to make the hit and dislodge that football.
He'll field the punt and take it back. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Here comes that Alabama offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Russell. Fakes to grab. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. They go play action with Russell. Going for it all. Touchdown, Alabama! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
This is an offense that wants to take shots in the pass game. That time they went play action, and they were throwing the go route. That's one-on-one. Who's faster? The receiver gets in behind the defender. He is able to make the catch and take it in for the score.
And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 41-yard toss for 6. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. side will have to call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Wide receiver going in motion. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. That's caught. It's James. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
You know, as a defensive guy, you use the sideline as your 12th man. You push the receiver out that direction. Look at the wide receiver, still doing a great job of getting small and getting that foot in bounds, making the play and catching the ball.
To the air on first down. Under fire. Trying to get away. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them they'll get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Escapes the pressure going right. Going to try to get it himself. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Looking to throw on first down. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass. He's got his man. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Well, they execute the end route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Finding some room. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
At the 23. And that's a first down for the offense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Bringing it back. 30. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Bama! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
Lining up for the PAT. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We've reached a break and Alabama has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Almost had the completion. Just missed it.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Trying to get behind the defense. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated.
And it's picked off for the third time today.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Tied, ready to roll on offense. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Knocked down at the 29 after a pickup of 4.
Well, no mystery on that play call, right? You got the lead late in the game. You've gotten the ball back on the other side of the 50 on your opponent's side, and so you're just going to run it. And it's fine if they know that. You just want to stay on the field and bleed this clock, and you got to start thinking about where are your best run-it runs. Which side of this offensive line is the strongest? Which guys defensively do you want to attack so you can take as much time off the clock as possible?
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They feed him again. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? He'll take it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
And you could tell if the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
He splits the uprights, and now the lead is even bigger.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. He's got it down the field. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34, and what an electrifying play. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down in the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Makes the catch.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
Third and short from the 28. Let's see if this is four-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Here's the pressure. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
On fourth down, looking to pass. He's going to run it. He gets it past the stick, slides to avoid the hit, and the drive stays alive with a fourth down conversion.
This quarterback, man, looks like he's playing angry right now. He did not like that interception he threw the last time out on the field. You could see on the sidelines, guys, he could not wait to get back out there, and that time it was like he was running mad. I don't even know if he really wanted to throw that ball. He just wanted to take off, scramble, go get the first down.
Looking downfield on first down. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. You got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going up.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this.
Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on fourth and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On fourth down, going to the air. Deep shot for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa!
And how do you not love the guts of this offense? Fourth down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass.
Number 25 set to kick this one away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. So that last touchdown made it a two-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll go to the counter. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
Big 3rd down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. They'll try to run for it. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
This is an area of the game on offense you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the 4th quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. Gain of 6. They're looking at 3rd and 4.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. The toss to the right.